The birthday cake sat untouched. One candle, one chair, in a crowded cafeteria. She ate alone until a stranger paused mid-step, his hands clenched, his eyes locked onto hers. What happened next wasn't just kindness. It was a silent rebellion against every unwritten rule in that room. This, changes everything. Birthdays were supposed to be different. For 16 years, Sarah's wheelchair had never stopped her father, a Fortune 500 CEO, from throwing lavish parties, balloons, ice sculptures, crowds of people who didn't know her middle name but knew her last name, open doors. But this year, empty chairs. The school cafeteria hummed around her, students clustering in their usual groups. A few glanced her way, not with malice, but that quiet relief of not being the one sitting alone. Her father had insisted she try being normal by celebrating at school. Now, her vanilla cake, the only flavor she could safely eat, tasted like salt. Across the room, Marcus wiped down tables. The new janitor, though his engineering degree, sat framed in a storage unit back home. He recognized that isolation, not the kind from disability, but the sharper loneliness of being unseen. His daughter had worn that same face when her white classmates forgot to invite her to the pool party. Then the announcement crackled overhead. All students report to the auditorium for the scholarship assembly. Chairs screeched as the room emptied except for Sarah and Marcus, and a decision about to rewrite both their stories. Marcus's fingers tightened around the rag. Every instinct told him to look away, to follow protocol and stay invisible. But the way Sarah's shoulders hunched over that cake, it was too familiar. He took one step, then another. Whispers erupted from the stragglers near the door. Is that janitor, seriously? Someone should tell security. A teacher's eyes tracked him like a threat. Marcus kept walking, his work boots squeaking against the freshly mopped floor. He knew the rules. Black men in this school didn't approach the COS daughter uninvited, not unless they wanted accusations. Lawsuits worse. Sarah startled when his shadow fell across her table. Up close, he saw the tremor in her hands, not from cerebral palsy, but from trying not to cry. Mind if I join you? The question hung in the air like a challenge. Across the cafeteria, the teacher pulled out her phone. Not to call security, not yet, but to record proof, just in case. Sarah's lips parted, but before she could answer, slam, the door burst open. A group of football players, late for the assembly, froze at the scene. Their classmate trapped between a black janitor and a half-eaten cake. Yo, what's going on here? Their captain demanded, chest puffed. Marcus didn't flinch, but his ID badge suddenly felt heavy, the one that read temp staff. No access beyond cafeteria. Then came the sound that changed everything. Sarah's laugh, brittle at first, then real, as she pushed the cake toward Marcus. It's vanilla, she said, loud enough for the room to hear. But it's my vanilla. The phone cameras turned toward her. The teacher's grip tightened. And in that moment, Marcus realized, this wasn't just about cake anymore. This was a war over who deserved to be seen, and who got to decide. The cafeteria doors flew open again, this time, revealing Sarah's father, the CEO, flanked by school administrators. His polished Oxfords clicked against the tile as he took in the scene. His disabled daughter sharing cake with a black janitor, while students filmed on their phones. Sarah Elizabeth, he barked. We're leaving, but Sarah didn't move. For the first time in her life, she locked eyes with her father and stayed seated. Marcus slowly raised his hands where the administrators could see them. He knew this drill. One false move and he'd be another threat neutralized. The football team edged closer, hyped up on performative protection. Then, Dad. Sarah's voice cut through the tension like shattered glass. This is Marcus. He actually came to my birthday. The CEO's face flushed crimson. The math was too public now. His abandonment versus a stranger's kindness. His gaze darted to the phones, to the janitor's hands still raised, to his daughter's defiant stare. A security guard reached for his radio. No, the CEO's command silenced the room. He straightened his tie, the telltale sign he was switching from father to crisis manager. We'll discuss this at home, but the damage was done. Because in that moment, as Sarah wheeled past her father without waiting for help, as Marcus lowered his hands but kept his chin high, everyone present understood the truth. This wasn't just about a birthday party. This was about who gets to be human in plain sight. The video went viral before the last crumb of cake was cleared away. Not because of the CEO's humiliation, not because a janitor broke protocol, but because, for 3 minutes and 17 seconds, the internet witnessed something radical. A black man and a disabled girl existing together unapologetically human. Sarah's father never apologized. But the next year, her birthday party overflowed with friends, all carefully documented for his LinkedIn post about inclusive leadership. Marcus kept his job. No raise, no acknowledgement. Just sideways glances in the halls from students who now really saw him for the first time. But here's what the cameras didn't capture. The Tuesday after the incident, Sarah started eating lunch at Marcus' maintenance closet-turned-break room. No fanfare, no posts. Just two people who understood what it meant to be looked past. This story isn't about heroes or villains. It's about chairs, who gets to sit where, and who decides. It says about how the simplest acts of dignity become revolutionary in a world that profits from keeping people in their place. That cafeteria still functions as normal. The same students gossip by the same vending machines. The same system grinds on, but sometimes when the room gets loud enough, you can still hear the echo of a question asked over cake. Can I join you? And perhaps the real question is, who have you refused a seat at your table without realizing it? Fade to black with text. The smallest rebellions change the world. Be someone's Marcus.